Peace to the family was goody. It's your boy back with another episode. I'm your host, Jody Wins. Welcome to the Jody Wins Show. We back. Good Monday to y'all. Hope y'all having a good start of the week. Hope y'all woke up. You know what I mean? Mondays don't suck. It's your job. Shout out to the people that's been with me over the weekend. You know, I've been gaming. You know, I'm going to game tonight. Last day of the schedule, of the week. We finna get right into it. First, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it. So a couple weeks back, you know, Tracy McGrady caught a lot of heat. You know what I mean? A lot of heat. Just because he said, replace him with Kobe. He don't win one ring. He said one ring. And I posted it. I posted what I said. And niggas was coming for me like, oh, McGrady couldn't do this and do that. He couldn't win with Yao Ming and all this other bullshit. All that shit was irrelevant. So, now that over the weekend, this nigga Shaq came out and said he could have won 3 with T-Mac. Where's everybody at? You know what I mean? Where's everybody at? You know what I mean? He said he could have won 3 with T-Mac, 2 with Vince Carter, 6 with Curry. Now, that Vince Carter one, I don't know. Because Vince Carter, he was cool, but Maybe, I guess, in 03. Because that's what the topic what McGrady was saying. You know, in Shaq's three-peat, the first three-peat, he could have won one of those with Shaq. But that was no disrespect to Kobe. You know what I mean? Nobody disrespected Kobe. Shaq even said nobody disrespect Kobe. That wasn't no disrespect, but it was facts. And niggas was coming for me because of my take on it and everything. But I told y'all McGrady was like that. Shaq came out and said McGrady was like that. You know what I mean? So, for all y'all talking all that bullshit, you're disrespecting Kobe, and nobody was disrespecting that nigga, bro. Like, everybody know Kobe's a GOAT. Now, for the top 100 Bleacher Report list to come out and Kobe be 11, that's disrespecting Kobe. That's crazy. But y'all talking about everybody disrespecting Kobe just off of a take, like McGrady. That's not disrespect. McGrady was like that. Shaq said it. McGrady was like that. You know what I mean? If somebody said it took Kobe a whole bunch of shots to get 30, that's not disrespect, my nigga. That's what it was. Like, no disrespect to me. Kobe top. I got Kobe in my top 3. To me, I got Kobe in my top 3. And then I got Kobe in my top 3 and my favorites. So, there's no disrespect to Kobe. But shout out to Shaq for coming out, clearing that bullshit up. I don't see nobody talking about Shaq. McGrady was like that, though. You know what I mean? He said he could have won 6 with Steph. I don't know, because Steph don't play D. You know what I mean? Steph don't really got defense like that. And if you would, so that means Shaq wouldn't have Kobe or Derek Fisher because Steph played a point. So Steph and Shaq, I don't think they winning. Steph is gonna get ate up on the defensive end. He gonna get ate up. But McGrady was just like Kobe. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, McGrady could have did that. McGrady and Shaq could have won. McGrady said he could have won 1. Shaq talking about we could have won 3. So, yeah, it is what it is. We had Dame going back to Portland. Shout out to Dame Lillard. You know, go where you celebrate it. You know, they loved him in Portland. He spent his whole career except 1 year. Or I think 1 year. Or 2 years. 1 or 2 years. 2 years, I think it was 2 years. Because they got eliminated last year in the playoffs. And yeah, so they got Dame back now, 3-year deal. Yeah, I mean, this let me know he ain't chasing no rings. You know what I mean? He going where the money at. So all y'all talking about rings and this and rings and that, bro. The players want the money. The ring is cool, but if you had a 100 as a regular person, you know what I mean? as a regular person, you want $50 million contract or you want a championship ring? You know, as a regular person. You know, the NBA players is getting 200, 300 mil. They going to take that 200, 300 mil over winning a championship. Because 15 players on the team, 15 players get those rings. You know what I mean? 15 players get a ring. But 15 players don't get 300 mil contracts. So, ain't nobody really worried about the ring. It's not that important. I ain't going to say it's not that important, but that's the media pushing the rings and rings and rings. MVP is more important than a championship ring. I'd rather be the best player on the league than a player on the best team in the league. Just for that season, you know what I mean? Derek Fisher got 5 rings. Nobody talking about, oh, this nigga's the GOAT. You know what I mean? Robert Horry got 7 rings. Nobody talking about this nigga's the GOAT. Bill Russell got 11 rings, and nobody's saying he the GOAT. Matter of fact, me included, it's a whole bunch of people out here that think Bill Russell is over fucking rated because that nigga, he was in a league full of white men, one of the tallest niggas in the league, but he couldn't average 20 points. 1 year he averaged 18. I think the nigga played 13 years. 6 of those seasons he averaged under 15 points. I'm not saying he didn't grab rebounds and all this other shit, but bro, out of 13 seasons, 6 of those seasons you average under 15. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. You're the tallest nigga in the league. You one of the tallest niggas in the league. You're going against Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain is out there averaging 50 and 20 against the same competition. This nigga averaging 50 and 20, and you can't average 20 not one motherfucking season. So, no disrespect. I respect what he did on the silver for the culture of the black people, but if we talking about skill, Bill Russell is not like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know, nobody value the rings like that. I think that's just the media base pushing it and the fans listening to the media. But the players is like, nigga, a ring is cool. I think the players is more focused on a legacy. That's why LeBron and KD was like, oh, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. You know what I mean? But the rings don't, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Dame, though, for signing back with Portland. Go where you happy at. You got a home there. I think his family there. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets. They the Summer League championship, the champions. Cock Hanupo led the way, and they get a clutch 3. That's the Hornets' first Summer League championship. I guess it's their first championship in history because I think my whole life Charlotte has been terrible. You know what I mean? At one point they had Baron Davis. They was out there hooping, you know, but they wasn't winning. But like I said, shout out to them. Hopefully they on the up. Phoenix, Bradley Beal and Phoenix agree to a buyout, and then Bradley Beal signed with the Clippers. Clippers got a nice little squad. You know, I like the squad. They can be dangerous. They dangerous on paper, but you know that paper shit don't really rock with me in the real world because we didn't see great teams on paper be ass in real life. Like Phoenix, KD, Booker, and Bill, they was ass. They didn't even make the playoffs. Year before that, they got swept in the first round. So, yeah, Bradley Beal and Clippers, they look nice. I think they got James Harden at the 1, Bradley Beal at the 2, Kawhi Leonard at the 3, Collins at the 4, Zubac at the 5. They got Brook Lopez coming off the bench. You know, they got players, but like I said, that on paper the shit is wicked. On paper the shit look cool, but in real life the shit could be wicked. You know, Bradley Beal don't be playing like that. The nigga always hurt. Kawhi Leonard always hurt. So we got to see how that's gonna play out. Marcus Smart signed with the Lakers. They had to waive some people, but I think Shake Milton got waived and somebody else. But Marcus Smart signed with the Lakers. I don't think that do nothing for the Lakers. You know, he cool. I'm not saying he whack or nothing like that. He just he ain't finna move the needle for the Lakers. Lakers still gonna be ass. They ain't got nobody. They need shooters. Even DeAndre Ayton signing with the Lakers, like I still think they're gonna be ass. But we're gonna get into the WNBA. We had the All-Star game. We had Team Collier versus Team Clark. Team Collier beat their ass by like the dub, I would say. Collier led the way with 36-9. She was the MVP of the All-Star game. Gray had 18. Skylar Diggins had the first triple-double in WNBA All-Star history. She had 11, 11, and 15. For Team Clark, Kelsey Mitchell led the way with 20 points. The rookie out of USC, Arifin, had 17 and 10. You know, I think Sabrina won the three-point contest. Everybody knew that already. Even if Caitlin Clark would have played, I think Sabrina would have won the three-point contest. That's all we finna get into today. Y'all gonna see me gaming tonight. See y'all tomorrow morning for the next show of the pod. Like, share, and subscribe. We out. Peace.